Hello guys, welcome back. Konnichiwa. Herzlich willkommen. Yeah guys, we have here a volatile range of NIO between $1.55 and $27. Now we're trading here at $3.50. If you haven't seen my previous videos, I am very bullish on Nio stock, and it's just a matter of time in my opinion until we see here a bullish reversal, a breakout, or even a short squeeze. So I give you now here the updated price levels on the chart. Everything what I say here is not financial advice. This is my opinion here based on the technicals. Yeah, guys, the flat chart here before I enable my drawings. When we start here with the weekly chart, we can see that we only have two open gaps here in the weekly chart. Open gaps in the weekly chart are quite rare. For NIO, the lowest open gap which we have, and this is also the in total lowest gap, is waiting here at $1.55. What does that mean? That NIO potentially will tank down another 50% based on today's price to close this open gap. This is the absolute worst case scenario, and the bear case. We had a very similar situation for ticker NVAX, Novavax stock, where I also predicted a massive short squeeze, and I think we have a very similar setup overall for NIO. The flip coin is, guys, or the flip side of the coin is that we have also only one open gap in the weekly chart at $27. So even on today's price, we have here a breakout reversal technical potential to gain 680%. I'm very honest with you guys. I think based on the chart setup, based on what NIO did here in the past, I think this is a possible price goal. This is not a moon price goal. I hope we squeezing guys know technically that is possible, and this is also what I expect to happen for NIO as soon as the bottom is in. So where is the bottom? Let's start here with the drawings, then we talk about the technical details. So guys, simple chart setup for you. I simplified the chart a little bit. I have another chart which shows more details. You can see my previous videos here on NIO. I will for this video use this chart here. Why do I think we have here a quite big short squeeze potential or breakout potential? Because NIO is trading in the same stock setup like any other breakout stock in the market. I have here one mission, guys. My first mission is to educate you in trading, but I also try to predict breakouts or even short squeezes every week. We had this week here a squeeze of 233% after, of course, I released my video here on Patreon. So I always release here squeeze ticker or breakout tickers on Patreon, even if NIO is a very good short squeeze play, but the squeeze may not happen this week, guys, or next week, and that is the reason why I always post here brand new breakout stocks on Patreon, guys. This is here just one example. Here the yellow line was the day when I posted that. I also mentioned here to my members, this is just a flat screenshot, guys. You don't see all the details here, of course, but this is where I said is the buying zone for the algos, and you can see as soon as we had the small dip here, this ticker squeezed 233%. I can also show you this ticker here, guys, that was just 1 week before. Here you see some more details. Yeah, I also posted this ticker on Patreon. Same here. I said this is the algo demand zone where usually the algo is buying. Was the ticker NXTT. So if everybody is talking about this ticker now, guys, I talked about this ticker already 3 weeks ago when I posted that. And you can see we also had a picture perfect 217% squeeze and retested here the algo price goal, guys. So it is very possible to predict short squeezes. I cannot give you a guarantee, of course, but many of my tickers are squeezing. I could show you much more screenshots. If you want to see those short squeeze stocks, guys, then you can join us here on Patreon. The full package membership is where you get access to all my content, not only to my short squeeze plays. I also have here very helpful trading tutorials for beginners and advanced traders. So if you don't know how to start trading, which broker, which indicator should I use, how to read charts, and so on, everything is available here. The link patreon.com/blackbelttrader is also available in the video description, guys. So yeah, guys, the NIO chart very flat. I think the bottom is not in yet. However, the bullish algo demand zone, so let's say the technical bottom for NIO is $3.73. That does not mean that this stock can go much lower. We are trading here in a wedge pattern, so in my opinion, every touch point here on this trend line here is or causes a bullish reaction, and this is what I'm waiting for, guys. And if we would touch this trend line today, we have to talk about a price below $3, guys. In my opinion, yeah, where the shorts start to cover, we have short interest here for NIO. You can see in total, I use here always Fintel, guys. Yeah, I know Fintel is not perfect because they just update their numbers twice a month, so there are some lack of information, but the actual short interest for NIO is here not reported, calculated by 204 million shares, but we have here the short history, so somewhere here in the 200 million share range, not dollar range, is the short interest for Nio Stock, guys. Yeah, and that means if the short sellers start to cover those shares, of course they will not cover 2 million shares in one day. That is what people often don't understand, but we have here just the average trading volume, buying and selling combined, of 32 million shares per day, guys. So if they start to cover 200 million shares, and even if they do it step by step, you can imagine what kind of massive pump we will see. When do they cover, guys? There are only two ways to force a squeeze. The first and most usual one is that the short sellers cover when the price is low enough. Same what they did here. Made this kind of shakeout, fake out. All-time low for NIO is $1.19, and then you see this massive squeeze, guys. You can compare that with GameStop. You can compare that with any other stock in the market. When the price is as low as possible, the most lowest possible price, this is where the short sellers start to cover. And then, yes, if there is a lot of FOMO and buying pressure, then you can see a massive short squeeze. So NIO squeezed here, as you all know, from $1.19 to $66.99. And that's why I think, guys, $27 is absolutely a realistic price target. There are not that many resistance levels which we have here, but keep that in mind. When the price is low enough, the short sellers may cover some of their positions. That cause, of course, additional buying pressure. Then the FOMO will kick in, and especially when we break here this kind of wedge pattern, we know that here since December 2023, this is the main resistance here. This white trend line here is the main resistance for NIO. So if we break this trend line based on today, we talk here about a price over $5.50. That's why I marked here for you the squeeze trigger. Zone 1 is waiting at $5.37. So when we see here a weekly candle over $5.37, guys, that is, in my opinion, the moment when NIO starts to break out or even short squeeze. In a perfect trading world, guys, yeah, we have to follow this pattern here for a while. You can see that we could end up here at 20 cents. I don't think that will is not possible for NIO right now, but of course technically this is a wedge pattern. So when we just follow here this wedge pattern, you can see that we end here somewhere in the 30-cent range. But usually what happens is that you see here a fake out and then a squeeze out of this pattern, because, as I said, the short sellers and market makers want to settle their shares and cover their positions. Based on the actual float which we have, I think the short landing zone, the landing zone which the algos use, is $2.55, guys. Of course, we can go lower. We have here one open gap. You can see that here in the chart, guys. Very small open gap here at $1.55. So this is one of the price targets, unfortunately, which we also have for NIO in the future. So that's why I say it is possible that we tank down here another 50%. Technically, we have to close this gap. But as I said before in the video, this is also possible to the upside, where we talk about the gap at $27. For me, in a perfect trading world, of course, I want to see that NIO close this gap, but I think the most volatile price level is $2.55. We have here a lot of volatility with gap ups, gap downs. And we switch it to the daily chart. Show you that really quick, guys. This is here, in my opinion, the volatile zone. That's why, if we see a gap down below $2.55, then I think $1.55 is the price goal here for the algos. But keep that in mind, guys. Every price below $2.55 is a dip and can cause a rip in the very few next days and weeks for NIO. That's why no matter what the price will do, I'm not scared. I just buy my shares here. I'm very bullish on NIO. I'm waiting for the breakout. It's all about the timing. And when this happens here, guys, when you see these kind of massive gap downs here, especially at this price level here, this is where I will load up heavily on NIO. Not financial advice, but this is my trading strategy. That's why first price call, what I'm waiting for now, even we're still holding here the $3 range, but when we see here the volume structure here in the chart, this is not enough volume, guys. That was a very good sign of strength. You can see here in April, we had very super bullish volume, but also here at 7 and 8 of April, the market shakeout happened where every asset tanked down. That was a very beautiful sign here of strength, but you can see that we're accumulating here. So we don't have to come low like that. But as I said, in a perfect trading world, guys, we touch this trend line here once more, ending up here in the $2.50 range, start to break out here. And keep in mind, as soon as we go over $5.37, this is, in my opinion, the beginning for the NIO squeeze breakout, short squeeze, call it whatever you want. Yeah, my friends, that was the update. If you want to copy here the price goals from my chart, this is everything based on TradingView. This is the chart program what I use for all my videos and all my trades. If you want to learn trading, guys, join us here on Patreon. Yeah, watch all my videos, all my content. I have a lot of member videos here available, not only my short squeeze plays, also my members ask me here for ticker analysis on SMCI and so on. And also, guys, you can see here my tutorials. If you want to get this chart program here for yourself, TradingView, there's also a discount link in the video description. My friends, that was the update on NIO. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for watching this video. I wish you great success with NIO and all the other stocks, and see you in the next video. Arigato gozaimasu, vielen Dank, alles Gute und bis zum nächsten Video. Take care. Bye bye, guys.